can't help but feel a little bit warm when Kelly Flemings is on the show with us. He's here with the Soddy Daisy Community Library. Always good to see you.
Great to see you, Julie.
Almost said, and so here I go, that you feel a little snuggly. But I love it when you're here.
Well, thank you. Well, this feels like home away from home, and getting to talk to you about books is about the best thing I can think of
I just need a blanket in my lap and a glass of wine, and away we go.
We are set then.
So you, a couple of our guests were actually leaving as you were coming in and setting up, and one of them stopped and said, "Oh, I want to know about this book. You've brought us some spooky ones."
I did. It's October, so we've got to get a little bit of a scare in there, but not too extreme.
So this one, called A House with Good Bones.
Yes.
You said it's a Southern novel. There's some humor in it.
It's a Southern Gothic novel that it takes place in North Carolina. Samantha, Sam, goes back to visit her mom in this small town, and it's got humor threaded through it, which puts you off because you don't expect it when the scary parts come up. So you're sitting there and you're so engaged, but the hairs on your arm come up and on your neck, and you're just kind of like, I need to look around, but I can't take my eyes off the page.
So a scary book is a little bit like hot food, right? There are different levels, and people can tolerate more than others.
This one is more thriller creepy than, serial killer. For example, when Sam does go home to see her mom, it's normally a very warm place, but the mom has kind of gotten very quiet and jumpy. All of her walls are now painted white, and there's this creepy portrait on the wall. Sam steps outside at one point, and there are vultures circling over the house, and underneath a rose bush is a jar of human teeth.
Ooh.
Yes, but it's not gross.
Okay, because as the story is told, it all pulls together.
It all pulls together.
Okay. It makes you really appreciate the Hitchcock movies and stuff.
Yes.
To have suspense, and as an author, to maintain that throughout the 200 pages or more.
Exactly.
That is not easy.
And one of the amazing things about T. Kingfisher, she's one of the few well-received female horror authors. If you think about it, since Anne Rice, you don't hear a lot about female horror authors. So that's one of the things that I really love, because you got to see the female viewpoint of all this stuff going on.
Okay, so the one that you have next is Scritch Scratch. That's a young reader's.
It's a middle grade, like 4th through 7th.
Okay.
And it takes place in Chicago. Claire, her dad runs a bus tour that stops at haunted places in Chicago, and she's all science and tech and everything, and she thinks it's a lot of baloney. But one day he needs her to run the tour with him, and there's this little boy on the back of the bus who disappears. And he is a ghost that attaches to her, and she has to go and figure out what happened to him and set him at peace.
Oh,
and it's not too heavy of a scare for that grade level. It's very well crafted, but she's constantly hearing scritch, scratch, all through the house after he attaches to her.
Oh.
So it's got a good chill to it without like nightmare level.
Right. What's interesting too, as I'm talking about you, and I'm thinking back to my own growing up years, when I would discover, mysteries and scarier books, and they were really fun for me. Never horror, but just the mystery part of things.
Exactly.
Reading a book like that makes your brain work in a different way.
It makes you search out different paths and patterns to how to get to the end before the end just sneaks up on you.
Yes, because rather than it just being a story that you sit back and read and enjoy, you're trying to figure it out.
Exactly. And that is so critical to brain development at that middle grade level.
Yeah, but for all of us too, because I know when I read, do you do this where sometimes you really just enjoy a genre or an author, and you kind of want a repetitive read, but then you find that you want to switch?
Yes.
And maybe it's because your brain needs that balance of how it's used.
I never thought about it that way, but sometimes it's kind of like your reading tastes change.
Yeah.
But sometimes your brain just needs a different type of stimulation. And sometimes you need to go to those books that are comfortable and relaxed when you've got a stressful life going on.
Yeah.
And when things are a little bit more calm, you can handle the intensity of a mystery thriller.
I'm in that right now. Life is kind of hectic in my world, and I found myself reading this book that is a complete, just easy escape, not cheap, but easy, and it takes my mind off of things. I'm appreciating it as well as enjoying it. Melissa Lale was just here with the Chattanooga Market, and you and she were talking about a book I want to go get called 100 Days of Lenny and Margot.
100 Years of
100
Lenny and
years.
Margot. It is brilliant. I don't think it's been one of my recommendations on here, but I'll have
haven't
to
heard
bring
of
it
it.
back up. It's fantastic because it shows how two generations can affect each other. In the 100 years, Lenny is 20 years old, Margot is 80, so together they have 100 years between them, and they share life experiences.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so that can be for next month. For this month, you want to read A House with Good Bones, or get your kids to read Scrit Scratch, and you can read it too. You're
Yes.
never too old for a young adult reader's book. Good to see you.
Great to see you, Julie.
If you're
Thank
not
you.
a member at the Soddy Daisy Community Library, become one. If you're watching us today, you can be a member for free. There's no geographical region. You just come
No.
in, and they'll be happy to help you.
Just come be part of the family.
Plus, they have cats.
At CC's Pizza, my buffet is bussin'. There's always fresh dough coming hot out this oven from